So this is my part one of my testimony video. This is going to be the hard video because I am going to be talking about my little issues and the situation that turned me into this and uh the thing that caused my death. Um and I'm just gonna get straight into it because I'm pressed for time anyway. So basically the root cause of my problems was me being insecure. And my insecurity stemmed from the fact that I felt that I wasn't good enough to be loved. And I will probably do a video in the future about this because this is the way that Satan attacks women, and it's the way that he's been attacking women from the beginning of time. Make us believe that we're not good enough to be loved. Um, and then he told us what we should be, and we basically been killing ourselves trying to be that, thinking it will get us the love that we're looking for, while it's actually pulling us further away from the possibility of real love on earth and heavenly love. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be talking about that in the video. And this is also why I'm going to be very transparent about my own problems because yeah, I'm not just talking just to be talking. I'm saying something cuz this is what I went through. So for me, basically, especially the time that we're living in now, it's really hard to love yourself in the age of social media. I mean, it's always been hard, but now a lot. Um every time we get on there, it's thousands of millions of people trying to be the example. Follow me, I know the way. Whether it's with money, whether it's with your lifestyle, whether it's with fitness. And nowadays, I be seeing relationship stuff like this is what we do to keep our relationship sane. Get the I don't like that. But basically if you're not sound, which a lot of us are not, if we honest about it, you will get sucked into the rat race. And the bad thing about the rat race is that nobody's winning. Nobody's winning. Nobody is ever going to win. You're just getting more lost and lost in the process of running. There's no first place, no second place, no third place. So, anyways, like I was saying, it's hard in this day and age to be 100% okay with the way that you look, the things that you have. When every time you go on social media, it's like if you can have this, you can have that, you could look like this, you could look like that if you put more time into it. If you got up at 5 o'clock in the morning like I do, you can have a life like me. If you spend all this money on all these different products, you could have a tiny waist just like me. You can have a big butt just like me. All that kind of craziness. And it's like, no. For me, I'm pear shaped. Sometimes I do wish I was on the skinnier side, but I'm not gonna starve myself to it is what it is. But that is something that sometimes I do struggle with. Um, Even when I was small, before my body developed more, I did have a stomach already. My stomach is not going to go anywhere. And like I said, I'm not going to starve myself and be buying all these different products trying to make my stomach be small. Do I want it to be looking like I'm 5 months pregnant? No, no. But I'm not. I'm not starving myself. Um, but like with my body being a pear shaped woman, there's no amount of exercise. There's no workout plan. There's nothing on this earth that will ever change my body from being pear shaped to hourglass. It's just not possible. And I will be in a really, really bad place emotionally if I was so caught up on trying to be hourglass because that's what they put in the media. Even if you do get thick, they still want you to have a teeny tiny waist and everything. It's not possible. I would have to get surgery to remove my pelvis muscles because that's what it is. Um, but the thing about it is that no amount of love that we have for ourselves is ever going to stop us from desiring more. So just like I said, at one point in time, I'm talking about my waist and me being pear shaped because my waist not being small was a struggle for me for a long time. And it had to get to a point where it's like, you know what, delete social media, stop looking at all that stuff, and yeah, I've been a lot better ever since. Um, and actually, while I'm on the subject, sometimes like I like to work out, I like to go to the gym, but then it got to a point where it's like I don't want to be working out because I don't like the way I look. Like I don't want to be working out from self hatred, you know. Like there's a lot of women, and I might put a video up. There are some women that get on social media and they show like they're fitness influencers and stuff, and they show their progress, and they show their progress is shown through their butt. So it's like, oh, when I was 100 and something pounds, when I was a flapjack, I didn't have the confidence. I hated putting on clothes, but now that my butt then grew like 2-3 inches, now I have all the confidence in the world. And it's just like, why did your butt have to grow for you to have that kind of confidence? But again, I'm going to be talking about that kind of stuff in another video. So it's always been a certain standard surrounding women, what we should be, what we should look like, how we should act. And most of the time, it always involves us being sexy enough to entice men. Me personally, I'm a plain Jane. As you can see, I'm never going to get on here with my hair braided up and wigs and stuff. No. My hair is probably always going to be wrapped because, you know, spiritual purposes. Um, but yeah, even before that, when I did wear my hair, when I didn't know and all that, makeup was never my thing. I like to wipe my face. I like to be able to rub this stuff, especially if I'm at work and I'm sweating or something. So I couldn't imagine not being able to touch my face because I got on makeup. Um, I only ever got into like the braids. I never got into the wigs. I tried, but all that, you know, you gotta do the lace and you gotta do. I ain't got time. I just do my hair and call it a day. But oh yeah. So this is a sticky note I had to write. So all these women, seeing all these women on social media who are so like dedicated to looking good. How, you know, oh, I go to the gym. I go like on Monday I'm at the gym. On Tuesday I'm doing Pilates. On Wednesday I'm doing a kickboxing class. Thursday I'm back doing Pilates. And when it's the rest day, I'm walking in the park. Yeah, I don't have that kind of time, and I'm not gonna do all of that. So it's like, you know, you see all of these women on every single scroll. You go on TikTok, you go on Instagram. It's all of these women who are putting so much time and effort into their looks and making sure they fine and everything. And it's just like, is this what I have to do to get a man? Because I am single. I was just like, is this what I have to do in order to get a man? And if it is, I don't really want to, you know. But that's all I see. And I mean, these women do be having men. They be having boyfriends and stuff. So it's like, okay. Yeah, so that was the next thing I said, that I feared that because good looks and sex is always so highlighted in society, I did feel like no man will want me because I don't compare. Now, I can't believe this was a thing, but at one point, and I might, like I said, I might find some videos and put them up because I don't have them. So we just go stick with this for right now. So one point, women were running to social media to show off their bedroom skills. So I know at one time, you know, I think maybe Meg the Stallion might have started or something with the whole good knees challenges and all that. You know, hands up, keep them up. I know that one. Keep your hands then up. I know when they was doing like the 1 minute they didn't have, like they was bummy and stuff, and then the next minute they on their knee, like they on, you know, squatting down, and they all dressed up and stuff. Yeah, and it's some other stuff I could have sworn I was seeing. And I was just like, yeah, this is what they doing in the bedroom. If this is what's going on in the bedroom, baby, you ain't going. I don't. I don't know. I don't know nothing about none of that. So yeah, it's a very intimidating stuff, and it's like if this is what people care about, if this is, then somebody will be with me and be like, yes, and you're boring, you're this, you're that, you need to be more like them. So yeah, I definitely had insecurities in that area. And then my own experiences, I haven't had a lot, but it did show me that most men run past good women because they would rather chase behind lust. So yeah, it's just a lot going on. So I'm gonna talk about the person. Oh, I'm gonna talk about the person that really held the sword to get me killed. Let's put it that way. He's the person that killed me. I mean, God did, but this is the person that he used. Now, because I don't want my name and his name associated, I don't want this name following me for the rest of my life. For privacy purposes, we're gonna call him Mark. I'm not gonna use his real name. We're gonna call him Mark. So, I already highlighted my issues beforehand. So, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but I'm going to put a picture up. Mm, I should have, what is this might do? Can't really see that. But what I'm highlighting here is my hair. I'm just going to go ahead and get it out the way. I had to cut my hair off because I messed it up because that's just how messed up I was. So, like I said, I don't know if you can see this, but that's what my hair looked like. And if not, I don't know, screenshot it, but I don't know. I might zoom in on it when I'm editing it. But yeah, and another picture, like when my hair was wet. You see, I mean, it was blonde, so I wasn't, perfect. I already had issues. But yeah, my hair was nice. My hair was nice. It was healthy. We could go back to this picture. And yes, that is my face on my shirt if you didn't notice. But we will talk about that another time. So, anyways, when it comes to Mark. Mark was my coworker at the time. So he was somebody that I had really liked at the time. And, I had hoped that maybe things could turn into something serious. So, because of my insecurities and everything, I had already questioned if I was his type. And then he wanted to like take things slow and he wanted to strictly be friends first. And that kind of had me like, what do you mean? And I say this because I don't know how to describe it, but I've only ever really seen men lust behind women. You know what I'm saying? Like they like you for your body. They like you because oh you look nice, but that's all they really know because that's all they really see. But you could kind of tell. I mean, now I could kind of tell when a man is showing you that kind of attention. Obviously, it's not going nowhere, and they probably not finna take you serious, even if you was a good person. Um, So this is what I thought that genuine interest was, and it kind of confused me because it's like, okay, Mark's not acting like this towards me. I've never had nobody like, oh, let's just take our time and be friends. What do you mean? What do you mean? Let's just be friends. So now Mark was Hispanic. Well, Mark is Hispanic because he's not dead. He is Hispanic, and obviously I'm black. So I thought based off the way he looked, the way that he carried himself, I thought that he liked the kind of girls that I see all over Instagram. I figured that he liked other Hispanics, um, Latino women, whatever, Hispanic. Other Hispanics, white girls, and if he did like black girls, I figured that they were like light skin, skinny, which like I said, I'm pear shaped. I'm not skinny. Skinny, I'm not light skin with long, loose, curly hair. This was my hair. So it's just like, I already had my doubts, I already had my insecurities about that. So me and Mark, we ended up working together for like 3 years. We established this friendship within like 6, 7, 8 months. And within the first month and a half, I would say another woman got hired, and she looked just like what I said his type was. And sure enough, he showed the kind of interest that I was looking for. He showed that in her. Now, while I'm on that, while it's on my mind, let me show you. I know I put this picture up in here. Oh, okay. So you know how when you like somebody, you kind of want to like put your best foot forward for them. So I had never like I'm gonna say never, but I hadn't straightened my hair in a long time. So because I'm trying to get him to notice me like that. I mean, we were already friends, but again, he's not showing me the attraction. So I'm like, okay, maybe if I straighten my hair, maybe it's going to notice me. He noticed, but he wasn't like, it didn't change anything. So I'm gonna go back to well, we'll keep that picture up. So like I said, the other girl came in. We not gonna give her a name because whatever. Um, the way he looked at her, he had no problem flirting with her. When it came to me, he could barely talk to me sometimes. He'll go tell another coworker to come and tell me to talk to him or like to go text him. And it's just and yeah, he was older than me. I'm 26. He's older than me. He would watch her as she would walk away, and like the whole job was like, oh yeah, Mark's trying to get with so and so, and I heard Mark said this, and and I'm just now keep in mind, like I said, I wanted him to treat me like that. I wanted him to look at me like that. I wanted to be undeniable proof that this man liked me. I couldn't get it. But as soon as she walked, and mind you, I'm trying to change myself so I can get this kind of attention from him. Okay, it's not working. But soon as she comes in, oh hold on. Then keep in mind I had to like be patient with him. Like I had to be patient. Oh, he's shy, he's quiet, all this stuff that they was telling me. She walks in, not her, the other girl. She walks in immediately. She's getting the kind of attention that I've been working for, right? So, for me, it might not work with all this water in this bottle, but for me, that definitely was like, what the So she walked in, she got it effortlessly. So to me, it's like, okay, she was already good enough. I wasn't. So I'm not gonna do a whole rundown of all that because, but let's just say that I'm pretty sure that they did have sex, and after that, I kind of did view him as somebody who just was looking to sleep around. And I did hold on to the fact that I did believe that they had sex. They might have did, they might have didn't at the time. I'm sure of it, and for me, it just was kind of like I said earlier. I'm sitting over here putting in all this work, trying to get to the next phase with him. Like we were just texting. That's as far as we ever got. We just was texting. I want to be able to hang out, spend time with him, talk on the phone with him. He come over, I go over where he at. how quick did you give it to her? That's just kind of how I felt. That's what I held on to. Like, I gotta put in all this work, and she just got it effortlessly. That's about the worst thing anybody could ever do to me and to a lot of people. So, anyways, like I said, that happened less. How can I say that? This happened within the first year of me and him working together, and we still had like 2 more years to go. So, it was plenty of times he kept trying to reconcile, trying to start over, and sometimes, oh, I'm forgetting a very crucial thing. For me, I had really liked him, right? I really liked Mark. Like I said, he was somebody that I was hoping that maybe things could have progressed in life with. Um, while we're being friends, I'm happy where it is. I'll go along with it, whatever, whatever. I'm getting some of the attention that I want and all that. I was kind of like on cloud nine. So, imagine floating on cloud nine. I'm gonna use my water bottle again. You're floating on cloud nine, you're happy and all that kind of stuff. And then somebody comes and grabs your leg, winds you up, and smacks me straight into a brick wall when the situation happened. Now, I'm crippled. I'm almost, well, not crippled, I'm not gonna say that. I'm all messed up, I'm bruised up, I'm hurt. I managed to get back on my feet, but I'm struggling. I'm in pain. I'm having trouble breathing and stuff. That was not a good feeling. And like I said, it was plenty of times we tried to reconcile, we tried to start over, but it's like after feeling that kind of pain, ultimately I was just like, you know what, I might want to talk to you today, but then tomorrow I couldn't do it, and I it's so and then one of the reasons why is that, this other woman, like I said, she looked nothing like me. She looked exactly like what I said. It looked like he liked. So it's hundreds of women, and I might put some examples up. I don't know. It's hundreds of women that I could pull up on social media that resemble her. I could go to the gym. I could go to Walmart. I could just be probably driving in my car and look in the window, boom, there it is. I could find several girls that look like her, right? When this is what he's openly lusted after, chased after, ran after, or whatever, it's just like how can I be so confident that he would choose me over all of this? So that's just something to, So then, considering the fact that we work together, I definitely had we worked together. We were trying to establish a friendship, trying to get to know each other and stuff. And that happened. I definitely had a consistent fear of, is another girl going to come in and I'm going to have to experience this exact same thing. So, um, when she actually ended up, like, she was Christmas help at first. She ended up coming back she ended up coming back like 6 months later, and she ended up getting permanently fired. And through my, what I'm going to call my incubation period, I definitely did go back and look at the things that I wrote during that time. And I was saying a whole lot of, my heart was in my stomach when we'll all be at work together. Um, I had really, really bad anxiety. Sometimes I was like ready to go cry in the bathroom. Um, I would be starving because like I just woke up, got ready for work, and I hadn't eaten yet. So I'm, starving, waiting on my break. Next thing I know, I can't even eat no more because my nerves are just that bad. And then on top of that, it's a job. I don't have time, and anybody with a decent brain shouldn't want to be emotional on your job. Shouldn't want to be all that, oh, I don't want to work with that woman, and we ain't got time. I don't have time for it in real life. Definitely don't have time for it while I'm making my money. So I think that was a wise decision for me. he had problems communicating with me. Like he would never tell me how he felt. He would never tell me how he felt, and that's fine. Um, he would never tell me how he felt. So without that reassurance, without saying, "Hey, Essen, I like you. This is what I'm trying to have with you. I'm sorry for what happened." Yeah, I do truly believe that I made the right decision. And a lot of times, like I said, when he wanted to be friends, I did feel that he was just trying to keep me on a back burner as backup, just in case things didn't work out with anybody else. So, I, if he would be on his phone, I'll be looking at him like I know, look at with the eyes squinting, looking at him like, oh, I know he probably texting one of his whores. Um, I was always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And if it didn't happen today, I'm like, don't get too excited because it's probably gonna happen tomorrow. If it don't happen tomorrow, don't get too excited because it's gonna happen eventually. So that's definitely where I was at. Now, surprisingly, this video was not as long as I thought it would be, but I still got to share the poster. So to end the whole discussion about Mark, basically, um, I thought that if I now mind you, I didn't particularly lose feelings for Mark. I was hurt, and it's really hard to get over somebody that you're consistently seeing on a regular basis. And when this person basically is seeming like, he cared about me, he knew he made a mistake, he knew he messed up, and it was like, I don't really know what to say to her, but you know, sometimes his actions did say that, he regretted some things. Um, but yeah, it wasn't enough for me. Uh, like I said, I don't know if I said it, but I did hold a grudge. I did hold a grudge, So, anyways, to end this, I thought that if I kept my distance from him, that I would not get hurt again. Because, like I said, I'll give you an example again. When we first had our little friendship, I'm floating in the L, cloud nine. That situation comes, I was grabbed by the leg, and I went 100 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour, boom, somebody smacked me straight into a brick wall. I got up the first time, but I said, the way this hurt, I said it's best for me not to do it again because if I get hurt and I get smacked into a brick wall again, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get up. And if I fall and if I can't get up, who's going to be able to pick me up? Because it wasn't going to be able to be me. So that's the decision that I made. Now the story with Mark ends, and this is when real death occurs. Is when Mark finally got a transfer, and I didn't have any reason to run anymore, and I finally had to sit with my feelings and the hurt that I was trying to avoid all that time. Well, I ran right into it. So, oh yeah, I gotta still show my pictures. That's why this thing. So I want to show you. I did say I cut my hair off. So first, I just want to kind of get into like all the ways I was trying to change myself. There's that. Girl, this looked a hot mess, but we not gonna get into that. That was another time. There was another time, girl. I don't know. I don't know. I took this out immediately. I had already showed that it was one time. I don't want to show this picture, girl. It was one time. Make sure you can see it. It was one time. People. Like I said, you get on social media and you see all of this, like, oh, follow this, you can have this, whatever. So at the time, I'm kind of like, okay, I want to follow these skincare routines because I don't really have one and I want clearer skin. Because I don't know if you can see it. But I have these little things. I'm fine with it now. So, anyways, I'm trying these skincare routines, right? Okay, I'm using a bar of Dr. Bronner's. Let me make sure this is still on. Okay, my last video did cut out. I'm using Dr. Bronner's plus some other stuff. Why my face got burnt? Face got nice and burnt. I looked a hot mess, and I definitely considered wearing makeup at the time. So by the time Mark left, this is before Mark left. Let's go back. This is how healthy my hair was before I started the job, before the whole other woman situation happened. Right? So in the meantime, let me see. So I had dyed my hair brown, and I did this around this was after she had left the first time. So I dyed my hair brown. Okay, that's a red flag. I went back blonde, which you already saw that. You don't need to see it. Um, I don't know. This time I had ended up losing like a lot of weight. You can't really tell, but I was like alarmingly skinny. Um, this was another time I didn't want to be blonde anymore, but so my hair was like a teal kind of color. To me, it was kind of cute till it started growing out. I don't have all the pictures. I might pull them up and show them. But at the end of the day, when I cut my hair off, this is how messed up my stuff was. No curl, no nothing. I mean, just straight, just straight. And again, let me show you one more time. This was my hair before before all this drama, right? This was my hair when I cut it off, and I had to squiggle my face out. Where's my hair? It's So then, even after I cut my hair off, I definitely wasn't confident in this. So I wanted to go back blind because, oh, that's the last time I felt pretty. Let me try. Yeah, no. I don't have it, but I ended up growing my hair out. Oh, this is another one. Before I cut it off, before it got that bad, I was trying to do the skunk stripes. And this is another picture. Yeah, I mean, this is just ridiculous. So, again, my hair was basically non existent by the time I cut it off. And that's just sad. Um, so then like I said, I cut it off. I was still coloring it. It finally grew out. It finally grew out. And then I put it blind, played around with blue again. I eventually decided to just keep it black. I still got other stuff to show you. So this is basically, you know, me and my Jack Skellington pajamas. So that's not how my hair looks now. That was a while ago. And it's on here. You can't really see my hair in this picture, but it's short. It's short. And this is the first time I've ever had like my raw natural hair. So yeah. Oh yeah, and then I'm gonna show this because this is basically how I felt like. Oh yeah, and then this one I had several walls up trying to get to me, trying to get to my heart, baby. Good luck. That's how it was. Okay, so this is my very vulnerable moment. This is the poster. Now I'm gonna get up. It's just highlighting all my issues. This one, the world teaches being objectified is supposed to be viewed as a compliment. Looks is the most important thing and spend as much time and money on it. Every woman should have a size 2 waistline with no stomach. Destructive and spiraling behavior is viewed as fun and living life. Being a baddie gets you better treatment than being a good woman. And everybody wants to be the leader and the example. And this is just, some examples. I felt like I had no community, but that's a whole nother story. And then this one says, is this what I'm supposed to be? This why I felt like everybody else getting pregnant, getting married, buying their homes, and this is just me constantly being looked over. Then this one says, how do you find a man in all of this? Men usually run past the good woman, chasing behind lust, constantly overlooked and disregarded for the next woman. I don't know what real interest looks like. Men/boys expect sex within a week. I'm not interested and I'm not comfortable. They aren't interested if sex is not involved. And I would rather not give myself to a man for the possibility that he's going to stay. And then this one talks about me being self critical. Maybe I'm just ugly. Maybe I'm just not good enough. I tried to change myself, dyed my hair over 20 times, felt I needed to be perfect, and I was increasingly insecure. And this is kind of like me building my wall. This is me questioning who I am. I felt like I was rejected by the world. Where do I fit in? And then this is just like everybody else's life, and it's a lot of things I might mention in the next video. But yeah, you're too young. You need to live a life. When I was your age, I was living like this. So yeah, this is my poster. That's just kind of highlighting what life was before God. And I actually do keep that one above my bed. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Now it's longer than what I thought it would be. But yeah, that's the end of the class for today.